Hey, you all, in good morning. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the north. More specifically, we are in Newtown, North Dakota. And today, we're going to be headed back to Montana. We went to the North Dakota State Fair yesterday, and now we have to go to the Montana State Fair. And because of timing reasons, scheduling reasons, I had to do North Dakota first, and I head back to Montana. I'm taking a different route back to Montana, so at least I'll get some new scenery as I'm headed through. But we're gonna be driving through North Dakota today, so I want to enjoy some of the things here on the back roads of North Dakota. And if you've been following this channel for a while, if you're familiar with me and what I do, you may know that I am fascinated, absolutely fascinated, by the legend of Paul Bunyan. I always love seeking out the different Paul Bunyan statues around the country. Paul Bunyan, very popular in Maine, Michigan, and Minnesota is where you find the largest conglomeration of the Paul Bunyan statues. And one thing I've become interested in is the extended universe of Paul Bunyan. Of course, you got Paul Bunyan and Babe. Everyone knows Paul Bunyan and his Blue Ox Babe, but not as many people know about, his family, his extended family. He has a wife, Lynette. He has 2 children. He has a dog. He has a 4'9" brother named Cordwood Pete. And I actually one time drove 3 hours out of my way to see a carved Cordwood Pete statue. That's just how much I love Paul Bunyan and the extended family. So I was very shocked when I found out that there was another member of the Paul Bunyan family here in North Dakota, a western branch of the Paul Bunyan family, because behind me is Earl Bunyon, the cowboy brother of Paul. And there we have Earl. A little more slender than his brother Paul, but yeah, he's more about the open range, being a cowpoke. And he got his little cane there, kind of a dapper little cowboy outfit. Now the sign says that he is 3 times as tall as a 6'6" man. So if anyone wants to do the math there, that's how tall he is. Down here we get some of the story behind the construction of Earl Bunyon. This was the creation of a man named Fred LaRoque, who owned a bar here. And he said as the oil rush, as people were coming to drill for oil here in North Dakota, he figured that they would be spending a lot of time at drinking establishments, and Fred owned a bar, so he created originally Earl Bunyon here to stand outside of the bar and bring in customers. Yeah, you can see the plaque here. It says dreamed up by Fred and Bird LaRoque. Bird is Fred's wife. It says Earl Bunyon, cowboy of the plains, built in 1958. And talks more about Fred and Bird LaRoque there. And they are actually, when they passed away, they were cremated, and their cremains were placed right here underneath Earl Bunyon. So Fred LaRoque, his wife Bird, are at rest there at the feet of Earl Bunyon, the brother of Paul Bunyan. Now, traveling on these long trips out west, I often have trouble with bugs on the windshield, but man, this is another level here. Look at all those bug guts on the front of my car. If I don't find a car wash soon, it may end up covering up the headlights. So probably gonna need to get this taken care of at some point. Check out all these geese here alongside the road. These metal geese. And oh my goodness, look at the size of these geese right here. This is massively crazy. Look at that. So we're at the beginning of what is known as the Enchanted Highway here in North Dakota. The Enchanted Highway was started by a man named Gary Greff from the town of Regent, North Dakota, and he was a man who loved his town. Unfortunately, the town is about 40 minutes off the freeway. You have to take an exit here, and then there is a long road taking you to the town. And he wanted to help his local town bolster his town, and so his idea was to bring the community together and to create massive sculptures to bring people to the town, have different sculptures along the Enchanted Highway in order to encourage people to drive that Enchanted Highway into the town of Regent, North Dakota. This here behind me is known as Geese in Flight, the first sculpture we will see here on the Enchanted Highway. And this is monumentally enormous. It is apparently the largest metal sculpture in the entire world. So I'm really excited about this. I've never been down the Enchanted Highway before, so this will be a new experience for me as we head down that long, enchanted road. So yeah, you have Highway 94 down there, and as you're driving, just this massive sculpture catches your eye. You're like, what is that? You can see people pulling off the highway to come see this sculpture and introduce them to the Enchanted Highway. So yeah, it's just absolutely, as you're coming up on this, it is absolutely magnificent, just a magnificent sight. And I'm in awe right now, standing in front of this. Just the scale of it, the size of it. Oh, big tour bus just pulled up behind me. But anyway, you can see the cables there holding that in place. That it's so big and so beautiful. And here we begin our journey down the Enchanted Highway. See another absolutely massive sculpture there coming up on the right. Wow. And here we have the deer crossing. Actually saw a deer crossing sign as we were driving here. And you can see the buck there hopping over that fence. And these sculptures are so big. I don't know what else to say. They're so big, and you know, with the flat ground, the big sky, they really just stand out here on the prairie. Yeah, just look at this. There's a big fence there. You can just see what a big deer this is. Oh dear. Walk under that fence and just take a look at this towering buck. And over here we have the Maze of Enchantment. Oh, it says built for our enjoyment here. So now we can traverse the maze here. This metal maze, you can see all the different shapes cut out of the metal. We don't get trapped in here. Definitely want to be able to see the rest of the Enchanted Highway. I mean, it's better than a mirror maze. At least you can see, you can kind of see where you're going here. Yeah, we've only just started here on the highway, and I can already just tell this is something special. This is something really special. Just out here, it's such quiet part of the country. We're out here on the prairie, just nothing but fields for miles to miles, and just to see these giant, beautiful, creative sculptures, just very, very striking. Here comes our next stop on the Enchanted Highway. Looks like a giant grasshopper. The grasshoppers in a field here. See this massive grasshopper here, and the these strands of wheat, and we've got some miniature grasshoppers as well. And you can travel through the wheat here. It's like some of the wheat has fallen. I don't know if the grasshoppers have chewed it down. Yeah, I know. We were back in the museum in Montana. They were talking about the plagues of grasshoppers. Oh my gosh! Look at this beast here. This giant grasshopper. Just look at him towering there over the field. Wow. Look at that. And look at this here. There's another little tiny grasshopper that you can actually ride on. Oh. Jeez. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay. I don't think I fit. I don't think I fit. I don't want to get stuck in a grasshopper. Oh my goodness. This brings things to another level. I think this is my favorite so far. This is called the Fisherman's Dream, and you can see this whole tableau of different fish swimming around here. Gosh. I can't identify all these fish. Not the I don't know all the fish by name, but wow. I guess we're underwater here. Looking up, you can see the water line there. Got a catfish here at the bottom. And then this massive, I don't know, is that a rainbow trout maybe? This massive rainbow trout. You can see how big he is. Got his tail curled up there as he breaks the surface of the water. And there is the fisherman catching the fish. Wow. Also, I think that is a bluegill right there. Yeah, he even has different aquatic plants here at the bottom. Wow. just stand back and appreciate that. Looks like there are birds living up there in the fish. So birds living in fish. Just another aspect of the Enchanted Highway here. There's just so many fish. Just such a large scale piece of art here. And over here, sunken at the bottom, we have a shipwreck. Oh, it looks like maybe you can climb up on top of the shipwreck here. All right, up here on the deck. Oh, there we go. Oh, we can look over at the fish from up here as well. There's actually another ladder there below deck. And crawl up here inside of the shipwreck. Oh. Actually just started raining a little bit. Had to duck here under the shelter for safety. So yeah, it is raining still, but you know what? We are in a lake full of fish, so kind of adds to the theming. King of the world! I do think I need some new windshield wipers. Just need to figure out how a person goes about doing such a thing. Yeah, I think we might be driving into the storm here. All right, the rain looks like it's cleared up just a little bit, and we have some giant birds incoming. And our next sculpture is Pheasants on the Prairie. We've got this gargantuan male pheasant, a female pheasant, and then a couple pheasant chicks down here. Did I mention that all these statues are monumentally huge? Oh, and what do we have here? Up here on the hilltop we have the outline of Teddy Roosevelt on horseback, the former president and most interesting man that ever lived. And down here we have these wooden horses and a stagecoach. Well, looks like we could peek inside there. Hello, everybody. And here on the Enchanted Highway, we pass through an area known as Black Butte. You can see the Black Butte off there in the distance. And here we have the Black Butte rest area. There's his and hers. So I guess, you know, after a long trip on the Enchanted Highway, you can rest your Black Butte right there, or your white butte, or any color of butte that you may have. You see, the whole thing's funny because butte sounds like butt. Looks like we got some giants up ahead. And here we have the Tin family. The Tin farmer there in the middle with his pitchfork. You've got the farmer's wife there. Looks like she's been picking some flowers. And the farmer's son. Look, he's licking his lollipop there. I do like the beanie there that he has on his head. Yeah, these are pretty great right here. Now I notice there is pigeon excrement coming down the farmer's legs. Oh yeah, there's a pigeon nest. A pigeon nest in his crotch. Crotch pigeons. Farmer, you need to see a doctor about those crotch pigeons. I would check and see if there's any pigeons here on the farmer's wife, but somehow it just doesn't seem right to look up her dress. And I keep coming back to this guy. I just love his lollipop and his cool little beanie crown. How did those ever go out of style? Uh-oh, feels like the rain is catching up with us. I feel like there's like a rain cloud stalking me out here on the Enchanted Highway. So while I was over there, filming myself in front of the farmer's wife, someone actually pulled up in a red car and opened up my door and threw something inside. Oh, okay. Okay. The brochures for the, and a map of North Dakota, and a guide to the Enchanted Highway. Okay, must have just been some locals, you know, encouraging tourism. Left me some tools to tour with. And we head into Regent, North Dakota, the town that spawned the Enchanted Highway. And here at the end of the Enchanted Highway, like the end of all great things, you have the Enchanted Highway gift shop. Well, look at this tree here. Is this, let's say, is this an aluminum tree like you get for Christmas? Maybe more of a steel tree. And here in front of the Enchanted Highway gift shop, we have a replica there of the farmer's wife. And look at this house here. This is pretty crazy. You have the mother here making dinner. The father sitting in his chair, reading the newspaper, smoking his pipe. He's looking upstairs where you can probably hear these two children here jumping on the bed as the nanny shoves these other two kids underwater in the bathtub. Wait a minute. To watch whirlygigs, turn on here. There's a button. Whirlygigs. Are these? Oh my gosh. Okay. So this whole structure, this house here, is made of whirlygigs. So you just gotta push the green button there, and you can see. Oh wow! And you can see everything move there. That's so amazing. You see the dad rocking in his chair. The mom there moving the rolling pin. The nanny alternatively jamming the kids underwater. And the kids over here jumping on the bed. Oh, I love this so much. The absolute wonderful finale for the Enchanted Highway. A couple of steel buffalo over here. It does appear that buffalo are a huge theme in this part of the country. The rain is picking up a little bit. Let's hop inside the gift shop. The Enchanted Highway t-shirt there, as well as well, there's a plate there of the geese in flight. The coffee cups there, and some postcards of the different stops. Oh, that's cool. That's the farmer's family there, a little model of that. There's Enchanted Highway mints. And here across the street from the Enchanted Highway gift shop, you have the local museum, the Hettinger County Historical Society. I guess we invoke the EM rule. It says 6 buildings full of treasure, free admission. Okay. So like I said, nothing like a good local museum. And just look at this. These replica rooms with the newspaper on the walls, the newspaper wallpaper. There's a kitchen in here. Yeah, definitely appreciate the old fashion mannequins used in displays here. You just don't see this type of mannequin around too much anymore. And you can see here it's a museum, you know, without everything behind glass. Everything's just sitting out, even these like old razors here. Oh, look at that. There is it says false teeth belonging to Mrs. Jenny Holgram. Wow. Buffalo head there, and some displays on the indigenous people of the area. Oh. Chaos reigns. Kids' room in here. It's old toys. Oh, that baby. Oh, kids hanging on the walls here. These are interesting coat hangers. These little elves here. Oh, and look, there's Rosebud. into this building here. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is like an expansive museum here. See a walleye on the wall. Oh, is that a... Oh, that's a horse. It's a horse skull. Oh, I like the twinkling Christmas lights added to these old farm tools. Oh, I found it. Found the barbed wire display. Oh, yeah, the visible pump there, filled with lights. Oh, there's the city jail, has their Christmas lights up. Oh, who's in the jail here? What did this little guy do? What sort of heinous felony did he commit? You see the Pioneer Hotel there with some women up waving in the balcony. You can peek into the lobby of the hotel. Oh, there's a reception desk. These two women checking in. This woman here and this woman with no limbs. Yeah, there's like a whole miniature Pioneer Village inside the building here. And yeah, a lot of these items, just items that people around town had, just old items that people donate to the local museum. Go inside the post office here. Yeah, that's Mr. Zip, the old post office mascot that was used to introduce zip codes. Yeah, he's got a zip code there. And yeah, just, people from around town would donate items, like the old post office donated these old P.O. boxes. Yeah, it says right here, the post office letterbox and stamp holder from Burt, North Dakota. Some old mail delivery bags. It says these quote-unquote horses here, made by Simon Greff. I know it was Gary Greff that made the Enchanted Highway, so it must be someone in his family. And the general merchandise store. The woman behind the cash register. Yeah, a lot of stuff in here. Oh, you got Prince Albert in a can? Better let him out. Peek into the bank here, and you can see the banker and the customer there. Now you'll notice almost all the mannequins, almost all the figures here are female, and the reason for that is like these are old, fashion mannequins that would have been seen in department stores in like the 70s and 80s. But after they started to fall out of favor, museums bought them up and used them for displays. But because they were mostly used to display women's clothing, the male mannequins are more rare. So a lot of times you go to old local museums like this, and most of the figures will be female. And occasionally you'll even see them. Sometimes they'll actually like have to take a female mannequin and turn it into a male. But yeah, that's why it looks like this world is populated entirely by females. We saw the same thing at the Fort Benton Museum in Montana. And as we peek into the tavern here, it kind of illustrates what I was just saying. You see the woman there. She is a fashion mannequin dressed up in her lovely outfit. And you can see the bartender there, a male figure, is kind of hobbled together. You can see he has a styrofoam head that's been taped on and some hands that don't match his face. He's much more ramshackle because it was hard to get the male mannequins. I guess all the museums fought over them when they discontinued their use. Yeah, on every item here, they say who it belonged to, who it was donated by. This is a barber pole from New England that belonged to Herman Zachow. And the barber shop here, the old barber chair. Oh, this place is like a meat market. See the lady back there, and love all the fake meat under the counter. Oh, this is the typewriter room. My daughter Annabelle loves typewriters. And this is the blacksmith shop. Oh yeah, you see the blacksmith back there. You see this door is covered in cattle brands. You see a lot of cattle brand displays in the museums out here. And it says who each brand belonged to. This is a school here. It says this is Teepee Butte School. And all right, a little mini church there. So we head into the schoolhouse. Okay. Yeah, all the desks here. There is Woodrow Wilson on the wall of the school. This is funny. The Fort Benton, Montana schoolhouse had Woodrow Wilson as well. I guess that era was an important point in the history of this part of the country. Yeah, the school teacher there with her student. A little airplane hanging from the rafters. Oh, a little door back here. Okay, yeah, there's a little church here back behind the museum. And yeah, we can go and check out the church. Those are some really pretty flowers out here in front of the church. Oh, there was a bunny. There was a tiny bunny that just came out of the church. Oh, jeez. Yeah, there's a bunny back in there behind these fur coats. I guess we should leave the bunny alone. Got Mother Mary there looking over the bunny. But, yeah, here's the church. Oh, there's another Mother Mary. Some other figures in Christianity here. I think this church is just left how it was. Huh. What's this little room back in here? Okay. So looks like a room where maybe they store their old Bibles. And it did look like the bunny just scurried out of the church and went back down into the weeds there. All right, I think there might be another building next door. Yeah, it's almost like this whole block is the museum. Oh, look at this. Oh, wow. It's like an old soda fountain. Old soda fountain in here. And the purple dripping icicle lighting is a very interesting choice. Oh yeah, look at the vintage cameras along here. I love the old vintage cameras. Guess we can head back here. What's back in here? Oh my gosh, it's a skeleton. It's an old dentist chair back here. And a super spooky skeleton. That's a real skeleton. Yikes. Like I said, this museum's a little different in that nothing's like really behind glass. You can kind of just walk. I don't think you're supposed to just handle everything. You can actually come back here behind the soda fountain and just look at the ice cream scoops. Huh. Yeah, the different syrup pumps there. And this is Museum General Store here. Wow. Wow. Just look around here. I don't know if this is the case. It seems like this is just like a general store that they just left the stuff up on the shelves. Get yourself some groceries there. You can see all these old products here still on the shelves. Yeah, there's a butcher shop back here. Oh, there's a Farrah Fawcett cup. Yeah, it says who donated the items on these shelves. There's Root Bear. I think this up here would be like the manager's office. Person that runs the store, keeps the books. Now this room back in here does not have any lights on. I can use my flashlight on my phone. We can peek around back here. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness. Okay, no one else is watching me, are they? Oh, there's a mysterious lady back there. So a wonderful, wonderful local museum here in Regent. But we're not finished quite yet with the Enchanted Highway, because here is the grand finale here in the town of Regent. You see this giant dragon here squaring off against this giant knight in shining armor. You see he's taller than that building there next to him. Oh my gosh. It just keeps getting more and more enchanted. And this giant knight and dragon here are outside of the Enchanted Castle. This is a hotel and restaurant that Gary Spraff made out of his old high school. And unfortunately, I would have loved to have stayed here for the night, but in order to keep on schedule, we are unable to stay here for the night. So maybe next time. Head into the drawbridge here. Yeah, we will have a peek here inside the Enchanted Castle. Oh, look at this. Oh, the Black Knight there. You're at the check-in desk. Okay, so yeah, this used to be an old high school. Let's see how it's been converted here into a castle with knight's armor dotting the hallway here. So yeah, the rooms would be the old classrooms. Man, if I had planned this trip better, I would definitely be staying here at the Enchanted Castle. This is an absolute 100% got to stay here next time I'm in the area. And over here is the restaurant, the Excalibur Steakhouse. You can see the sword in the stone there. Looks like they're not open yet for the evening, otherwise I would grab something to eat. So the Enchanted Highway, a very unique and encompassing roadside attraction that takes you all the way off the highway, through the back roads, and here to the wonderful little town of Regent, North Dakota. Now I seriously regret that I could not book a room and stay here for the night, because it does look wonderful. However, I've already, kind of booked my week out. I don't have the flexibility to change. I've already got a room booked in Billings, Montana for tonight, and I'm planning on going to the Montana State Fair tomorrow. But first, another 5 hours to drive to Billings, Montana. So an absolute treat to finally get to experience the Enchanted Highway. But it is time to get back on that long, lonesome road. Okay, I've completed the quick 5-hour jaunt between Regent, North Dakota and Billings, Montana. Yes, we are back! We are back in Montana. Tomorrow we are going to be doing the Montana State Fair. And then after that, I'm going to start heading east. I do have to be back. I do have a family reunion to attend that I'm going to be going to in northern Indiana on my way back. Of course, this big trek out west actually began with a family reunion in Minnesota. From there, headed all the way out to California, up through the Pacific Northwest, and back here to Montana. But from here, after we complete the fair, we're going to head back east for a family get-together in northern Indiana with my mother's family. So yeah, it's been quite a trip, and it's not even close to being over yet. But that's kind of what is planned for the next upcoming days. I had a really good time today. The Enchanted Highway was just a very, very unique roadside experience, like a full roadside, not just a roadside attraction. It was like a full roadside experience, traveling to the town, finding their amazing local museum. Just a wonderful trip here through North Dakota. I'm feeling like I'm finally getting to understand and appreciate and love the state of North Dakota, much like I am learning to appreciate and love the state of Montana on this trip. So tomorrow is the big fair, number 26, the Montana State Fair. So please stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching this. A special thank you to those that watch these videos daily. I've been uploading pretty much daily for a little while now. If you do like the videos, please subscribe. It does help out the channel. If you're new here, I travel around the country from roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun, random stuff, as well as the mission to complete all the state fairs. If you'd like to help the channel in other ways, consider contributing to Patreon. $3 or more, get your postcard once a month from me to you. Check out the Etsy shop. There's going to be some new stuff coming very, very soon. Hopefully, as soon as I get back to my family reunion in Indiana, I will be able to debut some new items for the Etsy shop. Also, doing personalized messages on Cameo. If you're interested in that, check the description of this video. And of course, all those things, they help keep this train on the track. They help keep this boat in the water. And they help keep this dirigible in the air. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.